Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever and whichever time zone you're watching this from. Welcome to another episode of Original Conversations with Maryanne. I am your host. My name is Maryanne Wanjiro Kibuchi and I am a multi-gifted psychologist. I'm currently showing up as a mental health show host, educator, and entrepreneur. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for all of you who have been joining us on this series. We have already begun a new series, and before I introduce the episode, I just want to thank you so much for those of us who have been able to watch our videos, to comment, to subscribe, to all of that. We are seeing you, we appreciate you, and I officially welcome you to episode 2 of Original Conversations with Maryanne. In this episode, we are going to be talking about the topic of original identity, and I believe it is the core of everything that you're talking about in this series, this season 1 of this show. And I just want to give us a brief recap of what our topics of discussion are going to be. We are going to be talking about identity, we are going to be talking about intellect, we are going to be talking about emotions, we are going to be talking about relationships, we are going to be talking about wealth, we are going to be talking about mental health and life. And kindly bear with me because I'm referring to my notes so that I'm able to follow through with what I'm sharing with you. Other than being a multi-gifted psychologist, I am also the CEO of Originally Maryanne brand. And in my brand, what I am inspiring, or what my vision is to inspire individuals to go back to their original selves. And the concept of going back to the original self is the person you were before trauma, the person you were before being hurt, the person you were before experiencing shame, the person you were before the world taught you to hide bits and elements of yourself. And so that is my work. My work is to help you to come back to your original self. I mean, it is going back to the unique self you were, the person that was untainted and untarnished by the world. So there are 5 components I mean by the original self. The first one is I help and try to inspire people. Not only inspire people, but also I'm also learning to become that person, to become more vulnerable. I'm inspiring people, or the concept of originality. What I mean by originality is to inspire people to go back to their vulnerable self, the authentic self, the creative self, the whole self, which means the person who is healed from healed and to the capacity of going back to the person. It's not really going back to the person you were, because you're never really the same, but it is becoming whole in a way that your normal life is not interfered with, and also to inspire people to embrace a flourishing life, which is to become the next and best version of themselves, for people to embrace good mental health, for them to embrace longevity, to live a very, very long time, and also to embrace good mental health. And so with that said, I want to talk about something that I'm also very passionate about, which is the concept of trauma. And like I said, it is in my personal brand, I help people, I try to inspire people to go back to their original selves. And this person was the person you were before the trauma. And just to give a brief, because we're talking about the topic and the concept of the original identity, I want to give like a brief definition of what trauma means. And trauma is defined by any disturbing experience that results in significant fear, helplessness, disassociation, confusion, or other disruptive feelings, intense enough to have a long-lasting negative effect on a person's attitudes, behavior, and other aspects of functioning. So you experience a highly distressing event, and it alters your normal way of living. It alters with your personality. It alters with the daily your daily functioning. You're not able to function normally, and most of the time there's this doctor is called I think it's Dr. Gabor Mate. he talks about trauma, and when he's talking about trauma, he says that children do not become traumatized because they have experienced the trauma. Children become traumatized because they were left alone, or they felt alone during the traumatic event. And so because trauma is an emotional wound, this emotional wound comes as a result of having experienced a highly distressing event. It maybe alters your sense of feeling like you can be able to cope with it, and with that you feel alone, and you feel like you don't have any emotional support to help you go through that thing that you have experienced, and so it becomes trauma. And traumatic events, it's not all events are traumatic, and sometimes people experience events that may be highly distressing and they don't become traumatized. So it depends with a lot of factors. And I just want to mention some of the traumatic events that are considered potentially traumatic events. These traumatic events, they include those caused by human behavior, for example, rape. There's also war. There's also industrial accidents. We also know of people. We know of people, especially with veterans, or people who are involved in their soldiers. Maybe they are going to fight somewhere, and they experience a lot of trauma because there are a lot of deaths. They see their colleagues being, end up being unalived. And so these are some of the experiences that may be potentially may cause trauma. And it is not only man-made, or trauma is not only as a result of human behavior, but there is also nature. And some of the events that could happen that could be potentially traumatic is things like earthquakes, which actually challenge an individual's view of the world as a just, safe, and predictable place. Now, with this video, I just wanted to touch on the thing that we are going to be talking about overall in this channel and in this show. I just wanted to talk to us about the importance of going back to our original identity and taking the time to heal our traumatic experiences, taking the time to heal our mental health, so that we can reconnect with our core self, which is the original self, the person you were before the trauma, which is unique, authentic, vulnerable, authentic, and creative. And so with that said, I just want to encourage us. This video is actually like a call, a brief introduction, but also a call to inspire you and to maybe challenge you and I to reclaim our original identity, which means that you and I take the time to heal ourselves. We take the time to heal all psychological and emotional wounds that keep us stuck in the same negative cycles. That is where we talk about generational trauma, and I'm laughing, but it is a very serious situation. It can be quite serious, and it's not a joke. But it is also like taking the time to not only heal ourselves, but also healing ourselves also gives us an opportunity to break the cycle and also to heal the generational trauma. And when we experience generational trauma, there is the potential of generational healing. So it is not all bad. Somebody has to stand up and decide, no more, like we are not going to experience this anymore. And so perhaps this is our call to do just that. But we are going to be talking about more of this. And if you'd like to learn more about this, please let me know in the comment section. Perhaps I've mentioned something that you feel like you connect with. Let me know in the comment section so that I can know which areas I can be able to serve you in to the best of my ability. And I'm going to try my best to get as much resources, tools, individuals as well to come talk about these topics. But in the meantime, I just want to encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Turn on the post notification bell so that you're notified every time we drop a new episode. We are dropping new episodes every Saturday at 9 a.m. So that's why I'm insisting on subscribing and also turning on the post notification bell. I've also created a playlist. In that playlist, I am putting together all the episodes that we are going to do for this season, the 10 episodes, because there are 10 episodes. and I would like for you to start with a very fast episode. So if you're watching this, I want you to finish this episode, and also please go back to the first one so that you're able to follow through with my train of thought, and you do not miss out on anything that we post, and you do not miss out on the resources and the tools that we have in store for you. And so with that said, I also want to encourage you to please follow my social media platforms. All of those details are in my description box. We also have a WhatsApp community, I call it a tribe, where you can be able to join us and stay connected and maybe ask questions, engage with us, let us know how we can be able to serve you, and also engage with like-minded community and individuals. So until next time, I just want to take this time to thank you so much for watching this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share. Help us get to as many people with these activities that we do, like sharing, subscribing, turning on the post notification bell. All of these are helping us and telling the algorithm that we are a good platform to watch, because indeed the things that we're sharing here, I believe with all of my heart it's going to serve you, and it's going to bring positive change and impact. There's a lot of noise and chaos in the media. It will be good to have a good place where you receive positive information and knowledge on how you can grow, level up on your mental health, level up on your own self, level up and become the next and best version of yourself. And so I want to encourage you to please do that, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, originally, Maryanne. Bye-bye.